1, 2, 3, action.
Hello, my name is Jake Hendricks. I am the director and writer of Being Green.
What inspiration did you have when you first came up with this film, and how did it develop from there?
The idea came around from walking around Bradford and finding a lot of people just throwing litter on the floor, and especially fly tipping. And quite a lot of parks, people just treated poorly. And last year when we were filming for an allotment documentary, someone literally had just dumped an incredible amount of rubbish all over someone's allotment patch, which is horrendous. And so I came to think that maybe if I could make a film about someone who was a vigilante, going around and finding these people that were doing it and basically destroying their property, and that it could be quite funny in a sort of dark, humour way. And the film obviously changed from that because it seemed like our character needed to feel sorry for him a little bit, and maybe have a bit more depth. And so we changed the idea from it being about someone, a vigilante as such, to like maybe the way he came about to become one. And so essentially the story is now that the man has an imaginary friend named Murray, and it's the experience of him essentially losing his imaginary friend and becoming the vigilante.
Out of all the scenes that were filmed, which was the most difficult scene to film and why?
The most difficult scene to film was the community scene. In that scene, Green is getting ready to give a presentation to the people at Community Hall about the effects of littering on in the city that he lives in. Essentially, it was difficult to film because we had just 2.5 hours to film quite a large portion of the filming. It only accounts for maybe 3.5 minutes does that scene, but a lot happens in it. And so to squeeze it all into 2.5 hours was a challenge, especially considering we had issues with lighting. At one point the sound decided that it just didn't want to work anymore, and we didn't know why, and it magically started again about 20 minutes later, and we just got in there to save the scene.
Better than I do.
Shut your mouth!
You should probably run, Gid, before you get battered.
Which was your favourite scene to film and why?
My favourite scene to film was the epilogue, in which Green and Ellie are sitting on the bench discussing what they're going to do over the next few months, and they decide that they won't be vigilantes as such. And essentially this scene will tie into the comic books, which sort of portray them as superheroes / vigilantes, going around destroying these people, well, not these people, but these people's properties that are being fly tipping. And in this scene they see the Chris Bagman and Murray again through the binoculars. And the actors ad-libbed quite a lot of lines, and they also made some slight mistakes where, for instance, Green grabs the binoculars from Ellie, but the wrong way around, and then turns them around to use them. And it worked so well that we just left all these issues, or not really issues, but we left all these things in. And they definitely added a lot to the end.
I'm going to be at the front now, see him behind the back.
Maybe a bit wider, sorry.
Oh, so not him going to be at the front now, see.
So excited, we're going to make our first citizens arrest.
I know, it's exhilarating. No ego crimes will get past us, right?
You know what, we should get some costumes.
What was it like working with the actors?
Working with actors was a good experience. This was the first time they've acted in a film before, and they did a great job. They learned all the lines, and they were very funny. They were very easy to work with on the day, and they put in good performances. And the fact that they knew each other, I think, definitely helped with relationships in the film. You could sort of see that there was more there to their characters because they knew each other in real life quite well as well. So yeah, very grateful that they were there, and that they did an excellent job for us.
Right, alright, I'm ready.